Hello everybody, this is Mr. Bowen. Today we're going to be looking at the Alex topic using trigonometry to find the length in a word problem with two right angles. So basically I have two triangles down here. So looking up, Raphael sees two hot air balloons in the sky as shown. He determines that the lower hot air balloon is 670 meters away at an angle of 42 degrees from vertical. The higher hot air balloon is 945 meters away at an angle of 36 degrees from the vertical. How much higher is the balloon on the right than the balloon on the left? Do not round any intermediate computations. Round your answer to the nearest tenth. Note that the figure is not drawn to scale. Sure. So basically, I'm trying to figure out which one's higher, or how much higher, right? Yeah. So I'm really looking for this, the difference between those two heights. That's what I want to know. So in order to know that, I need to find the heights of them individually, and I can just then subtract. So I'm going to do this one at a time. So I'm just going to focus on this left little triangle first. So I know this is 670. So which trig function connects that hypotenuse to this adjacent side, since it is touching my arc there from the 42? So adjacent and hypotenuse are connected by cosine. So I need a cosine of 42 degrees. And then that's going to be equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. So let's call that A. A over 670. So to get A by itself, I need to multiply that over. Okay. And I can throw that directly in my calculator, and I do want to throw that directly in because I don't want to accidentally round the cosine if I find that first. So let's go ahead and do that. Put that all in at once, and I get 497.9. Now there is an element of rounding if I cut that off, so I'm actually not going to do that yet. So I'm going to give you this so you're on the right track, but I'm going to show you how to set this whole thing up together. 907, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now, what about this tall one? If I call this entire thing, I don't know. I don't want to call it X because that's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to call it H, I think, for height. So this one is still cosine because it's still adjacent and a different hypotenuse. So cosine of 36 degrees this time is H over 945. So same idea, multiply that over. So 36 times 945, you should get something along the order of 764.521. Okay. Now these are rounded. We cut off a bunch of stuff. So if you don't want to round it, what you're going to do is you'll actually put this in your calculator all at once and say, I want the big one. Minus the small one. Okay, and that will give you your X difference there. So let's go ahead and type that in. It's going to take a minute, but that's okay. All right, so, and we want to round that to the nearest tenth, so 266.6. That's what I got. So then we are measuring in meters, so 266.6 meters higher.